for this first example here, I have x cubed plus 125. Always look to remove any common factors. If you have a binomial, it's either going to be the sum or difference of squares or the sum or difference of cubes if it has any special factor form. So I can see here this is the base x squared plus the base 5, or x cubed plus the base 5 cubed. I have the sum of two squares, so I'm going to take and factor it. I have a binomial and a trinomial. My binomial is going to be the sum of my bases, x plus 5. And the trinomial I'm going to build from the outside in, square my first base, square my second base, and on the inside I'm going to take the product of those bases and change the sign. So x times a 5 is 5x, change the sign to get my solution. All right, so here you have the difference of two perfect cubes. We have the base v cubed plus the base negative 4 cubed. Okay, the signs are going to take care of themselves here. So we have a binomial and a trinomial. The binomial is just the sum of our bases, v and minus 4. Add those together. And then our trinomial I'm going to build from the outside in. So square the v, square the negative 4, and then take the opposite of the product. So negative 4 times v is negative 4's v. Change the sign, and I have my solution. Looking at this problem, I have the difference of two terms. They both happen to be perfect cubes. So if I think about what the bases are that are being cubed, I have a 2w being cubed, and I have a negative 3 being cubed. So I can factor this into a binomial and a trinomial. My binomial is just the sum of my bases, 2w minus a 3. And then my trinomial I'm going to build from the outside in. Square the 2, square the w. I'm going to square the negative 3. And then my middle term is going to be the opposite of the product of these bases. So 2w times a negative 3 is negative 6w. Change the sign to a plus 6w, and I have my factored form. All right, now this next problem, again, just like one before, more than likely most students would see this. You should recognize perfect cubes up to 6 cubed, which is 216. Okay, so you should be able to see that this is the base 3x cubed plus 6 cubed. If you do see that, you know you're dealing with the sum of cubes. So you're going to have a binomial and a trinomial. Binomial is just going to be the sum of these terms, 3x plus 6. And then I'm going to build my trinomial from the outside in. So square the 3, square the x. Square my 6 to get 36. And then my middle term is the opposite of the product of these. 3x times 6 is 18x. Change the sign. And if you stopped here, once again, you would be missing some of the factors, because you need to remove the common factor of 3 out of the first pair. And then you also have a common factor of 9 from the second pair, which would combine the 3 and the 9, giving you 27, x plus 2, x squared minus 2x plus 4. Again, when you write your answer, start with monomial factors, then binomial factors, then trinomial factors. So this is the order you would enter it. Okay, now, ideally, you're able to kind of see that from this step at the beginning. Okay, and you might not. Like, this is some numbers that aren't as familiar. But if you can recognize that you can take out a 27 before you even start, it gives you this form, which you can then factor. Binomial and trinomial, this is the base x cubed and the base positive 2 cubed. So we take the sum, x plus 2, and then the trinomial is x squared, 2 squared, and then the middle is the opposite of their product, minus 2x. We get the same thing either way for that problem.